high call series.
So children, go to the next section in the activity 4. So what is the next section? It is complete the sentences. Children, they have given 5 sentences in this section, and now we have to complete them. That means we have to fill the blanks in each sentence with a suitable, that is with a correct word. So first read the 4 sentences. So read the first sentence. Birds fly in dash of food. Read the second sentence. Birds do not have teeth to eat their dash. And read the third sentence. A bird's body is dash with feathers. And the fourth sentence is some birds fly over long dash. And the fifth sentence is dash and swans have flat beaks. So children, these are the 5 sentences they have given. So now we have to fill the blanks in each sentence with a suitable word. So let us see the answers for each sentence. So children, see the answer. The answer for the first sentence is such. That is, birds fly in search of food. So most of the birds will fly for longer distances in search of their food, and also they will move from one place to another place in search of their food. So the second sentence, the answer for the second sentence is food. So that is, birds do not have teeth to eat their food. So children, the birds does not have teeth. So they have only beaks. So instead of their nose and mouth. So most of the other animals will have nose and mouth, whereas the birds does not have mouth and nose. It has only beak. So by using its beak, it can eat its food, but the beak does not have teeth in it. So the correct word for the second sentence is food. That is, birds do not have teeth to eat their food. Next, the answer for the third sentence is covered. So a bird's body is covered with feathers. So most of the birds, almost all the birds will have feathers on their bodies. That means the body of all the birds is covered with feathers. So generally there are 2 types of feathers we have discussed in the previous section. That is question answers. That is down feathers, flight feathers. So most of all the birds, they have their body covered with feathers, and these feathers will help the birds to fly in the sky for longer distances and also for greater heights. Next, the answer for the fourth sentence is distance. That is, some birds fly over long distance. So children, all the birds have wings, but all the birds does not fly over longer distances. And some birds will only fly longer distances, and some birds will fly only shorter distances, and some birds cannot fly even though they have wings. So that's why some birds fly over longer distance. Example, if you take, so the birds which fly over longer distance is that crow, pigeon. So these birds can fly over longer distances without tide and continuously they will fly over longer distances in the sky. And the answer for the fifth sentence is ducks. So ducks and swans have flat beaks. So children, so these ducks and swans have flat beaks. So because these birds are also called aquatic birds, and generally they will eat the flesh. They will eat the small fishes and small insects present inside the water. So they have to pick up the small fishes and small insects with their beaks. So while catching the small fishes and insects, the water will also enter into their beaks. So and these flat beaks have strainers, and these strainers will get out that water and mud present in the beak, and they will remain only the fishes in their beak. So these flat beaks very helpful to these ducks to catch or to eat the small fishes and insects present in the water. So children, so these are the 5 sentences, and answers for these 5 sentences. Note down these sentences in your notebook. So children, so go to the next section of the activity part. That is section C. Name 2 birds of each type. So here they have given classification of the birds, and based on the classification, we have to give 2 examples for each type of the birds. So see the first one, that is grain eating birds. We have to write the examples for the grain eating birds. So children, see the answers. The grain eating birds are sparrow, pigeon, parrot, so etc. So most of the birds will eat grains. So the examples for the grain eating birds are sparrow and pigeon, parrot, etc. Children, see the second type of birds, aquatic birds. So write the examples for the aquatic birds. So what is the first example? Duck. And what is the second example? Swan. So aquatic means water. So the birds which live in water are called aquatic birds. So this duck and swan are called aquatic birds. So not only duck and swan, there are some more aquatic birds. For example, if you take crane and flamingo, vertigo. So all these are examples for aquatic birds. Children, see the third type, flesh-eating birds. What are the examples for the flesh-eating birds? These flesh-eating birds can also be called as birds of prey or prey birds, because they will eat the flesh of small birds and small animals and small insects. So just see the examples for these flesh-eating birds, that is kite, eagle. The first example is kite and second example is eagle, and also there are some more examples already we have discussed in the chapter, and examples for the flesh-eating birds are vulture. So vulture is an example for eagle, for flesh-eating, that is prey birds, and also so kite, eagle and vulture. So these are the examples for flesh-eating birds. So children, see the fourth type, flightless birds. So most of the birds will fly in the sky. Most of the birds will have wings. That's why most of the birds will fly in the sky. But whereas some birds, even though they are birds, they cannot fly in the sky. They cannot fly in the air. So those birds which cannot fly are called flightless birds. So already we have discussed in the chapter that birds are classified on the basis of their flight. So that is a flightless birds. And a second example is the birds which can fly over longer distances and the birds which can fly over shorter distances. So now, what are the examples for flightless birds? See the answers. The first one is ostrich and the second one is kiwi. So children, so these are the birds. Even though these are birds, they cannot fly. That's why these birds are called flightless birds. And ostrich is one of the biggest bird in the world. So this is called as the biggest bird in the world. The children, so note down, so these examples of the birds in your notebook. children, the next section in this activity part is that is section D. Write T for true and F for false. So they have given children here. So they have given some sentences, 5 sentences, and read each sentence and understand its meaning. So if the sentence is correct, that is true, write T in the box provided. And if the sentence is wrong, that is false, write F in the box given here. So children, read all the sentences first. So the first sentence is, all birds have teeth in their mouth. All birds have teeth in their mouths. And the second sentence is, kiwi and ostrich fly over longer distances. And what is the third sentence? Parrot and sparrow are aquatic birds. And read the fourth sentence. Pigeon and crow are flightless birds. Read the fifth sentence. The down feathers keep the bird's body warm. So children, these are the 5 sentences given, and now we have to understand the meaning of each sentence and write. If it is true, write T in the box, and if the sentence is false, write F in the box. So now let us see the answers for each sentence. So let us see the answers for each sentence. So children, the first. So what is the answer for the first sentence? So that is F. F means false. Why the first sentence is false? All birds have teeth in their mouths. Already we have discussed in the chapter, and also we have discussed in the fill in the blanks that the birds does not have teeth in their mouth. They have only beaks, and they will use their beaks to eat the food, and they does not have any teeth in their mouth. But so the first sentence is false. So answer for the first sentence is F. And see the second sentence. The answer for the second sentence is F. F means false. False means wrong. Why the second sentence is wrong? Kiwi and ostrich fly over long distances. Here, this kiwi and ostrich are the birds which cannot fly. So these birds are called flightless birds. So flightless birds means they cannot fly. But here they have given they fly over long distances. So the second sentence is wrong. That is false. So answer is F. And see the third sentence. The third sentence has the answer F. F means false. The third sentence is also false because parrot and sparrow are aquatic birds. Aquatic birds means the birds which live in water. So here parrot and sparrow does not live in water. They are not the aquatic birds. So they are the birds which can fly to over longer distances. And that's why they are not aquatic birds. So the given third sentence is also wrong. So write F here. And next, read the fourth sentence. And what is the answer for the fourth sentence? So the fourth sentence is also false. Why? Because pigeon and crow are flightless birds. So children, this is the wrong sentence because so they have discussed in the chapter that is in the classification of birds based on their flight. That is pigeon and crow are the birds which can fly to over long distances without tiredness, and they can continuously move over longer distances. But here in this sentence, they have given those are flightless birds. So the given fourth sentence is also wrong. So answer is F. So answer for the fifth sentence is T. That is true. True means the fifth sentence is correct. So the down feathers keep the bird's body warm. So children, so correct. Because every bird have 2 types of feathers. That is down feathers and flight feathers. And these down feathers will keep the body of the bird warm. Whereas flight feathers will help the bird to fly in the sky. So children, so the given fifth sentence is true. So the answer is B. So note down these true and false sentences in your note. So children, so let us go to the next section in our activity part. So look at the screen. So identify the following types of beaks and name them. Write related birds name also. Children, so observe carefully the screen. So here you are observing different birds and they have different types of beaks. So now our task is we have to identify the beaks. So what type of beaks these birds have? And also we have to write the related bird's name. So let us see. So here we are observing the pictures of 4 birds. So could you identify this bird? So children, so what is the name of this bird? So could you identify this? So this is sparrow. Very good. So this is sparrow. And what is this bird? So could you identify this? Yes, this is swan. Swan, and also it is an aquatic bird. And children, so see the next picture. So could you give the name of this bird? So what is the name of this bird? So it is having a hooked beak. So if you observe its beak, it is hooked beak. And what is the name of this beak? Name of this bird is parakeet. Parakeet. Very good. So next see the last one. So what is that? So children, so observe the figure and identify the name of that bird. And that bird is eagle. Very good. And it is also a prey bird because it eats the flesh of the small other animals. So and its beak is also in the hook shape, strong and sharp. So children, here they have given the pictures of 4 birds. Now we have to identify the type of their beaks and also we have to write the relevant names of the birds. So let us see the answers for each bird. So children, so look at the first one. So this is the sparrow and the sparrow has cone shaped short beak. So it has a short and horny beak. So if you observe its beak, it has very short beak and it is also very hard and it is also in the shape of horn. So that's why it has also looked like a cone. So cone shaped short beak. And the relevant example for this bird is sparrow. The name of this bird is sparrow. And also there are some birds like peacock and pigeon. Children, these are the examples for this type of beaks. So children, see the next one. So what is this type of beak? So broad and flat beak. Broad and flat beak. So children, if you observe its beak, it is a broad and flat. And you are observing some holes. Those holes are called strainers. And so what is the name of this bird? So this bird is swan. So the example for this beak is swan. So children, so and also if you take some birds also have this broad and flat beak. So next, for example, if you take a duck, duck will also have broad and flat beak. So see the next third one. The children, how is its beak? So the beak is hooked beak. So it has a hooked beak like this. So the name of the bird is parakeet. And could you give another example for this type of beak? Yes, very good. You will observe in parrots. In parrots also you observe this type of beak. And the second example for this beak is parrot. And see the fourth one. So children, so what is this type of beak? The type of beak is strong, sharp, hooked beak. Strong, sharp, hooked beak. And what is the name of this bird? Vulture. So name of this bird is vulture. So this bird is also called prey bird because it can eat the flesh of other small animals and small birds and small insects. So that's why they are also called prey birds. So children, so these are the answers for these pictures and these are the answers for this type of beaks also. And note down the answers in your notebook. So children, so let us see the next section, fun activity. So let us practice some fun activity in the activity part. So that is, what is the fun activity, children? So look at the screen. They have given an activity for us. What is the activity? Feed a bird. Feed a bird. So set up a bird table in your garden. Children, so if you have a garden and set up a bird table like this as shown in the picture in your garden. Place seeds, bread, crumbs and small fruit pieces on it. And you have to place some seeds, breadcrumbs and small fruit pieces on that bowl. And next, observe which bird likes which food most. And if you observe, after some time, different types of birds will come near that bird, and different types of bird eat different types of the food items. And all the birds does not eat all the food items you have placed on it. So different, that means some birds eat seeds, whereas some birds eat only breadcrumbs, whereas some birds will eat small fruit pieces, but all the birds does not eat all the food items you have placed. So children, so what are your observations? So what do you observe? So children, look at the screen. So some of the observations are, we have tried the project in the nearby park. So if you does not have garden in your house, so you can also practice or you can also try this project fun activity in the park also. If you go to nearby park in the Sundays, holidays along with your parents, so you can also try this project in the park also. So let us see some observations. So there are a lot of birds in the garden. So if you go to a park, there will be different types of birds in that park. And many of them had a good amount of grains and sprouts which were kept on the table. The children, so many of them, so most of the birds in the park have a good amount of grains and sprouts which were kept on the table. And the third one is pigeons and sparrows ate the breadcrumbs. So whereas if you observe carefully, the pigeons and sparrows ate the breadcrumbs. Next, parrots basically went for the fruits. So basically, the parrots eat only fruits. That's why the parrots basically went for the fruits and they will eat only the fruit pieces you have placed on the table. Next, many small birds like myna, etc., had gone for the smaller grains, even crumbs. So whereas some birds like myna, so they will eat only the smaller grains and also even crumbs. Next, the bird seems to be happy to have food and water arranged for them. The children, so the birds will feel very happy because you have supplied, you have given food for those birds. And it was the crows that finished all. So whereas if you take the crows will eat all types of food items you have placed on the table. That is, the crows will eat all the food items. What are all the food items? The crows will eat seeds, breadcrumbs, and small food pieces. All the food items the crows will eat. So these are some observations you will notice in this project. So note down these observations and project in your notebook and try this project when you are leisure, when you are free in time, go to the park and try this project. So note down these observations and the project in your notebook. So children, let us see, there is another fun activity in this activity form. So already we have seen one fun activity, that is a project, and there is another fun activity. So what is it? Collect different pictures of birds and paste them in your scrapbook. So children, this is the most important, one of the interesting project, and you can do this project very interesting. So that is collect different pictures of birds. So you will observe different types of birds around us in your garden or around in the park, and you can see the pictures of different types of birds in the newspapers, in the Sunday magazines also. So now the fun activity is you have to cut the pictures of those birds and paste them the pictures in the scrapbook and prepare a scrapbook. So let us see, there are given some pictures in this year. So the first picture shows the pigeon, and the second bird sparrow, and the third one is parrot, and fourth one is crow. So these are the birds generally we observe in our daily life, in our surroundings. So not only these four birds, there are different types of birds, and kiwi, woodpecker, kingfisher, so children, not an ostrich and a penguin. So all these are the different types of birds, and different types of birds will live in different countries. So try to collect different types of birds live in different countries also from the magazines, from the newspapers, and cut down the pictures of those birds and paste them in your scrap. So children, so these are the pictures of some birds which we will observe in our daily life. So in this way, you can also collect some more pictures of other birds and paste them in your scrap. So this is another fun activity. So note down the names of these birds and try to collect the pictures of these birds from your magazines, from your notebooks, from your newspapers. Children, let us see. So here they have given some hard words. So in this chapter, so there are some words which you feel hard to understand its meaning. So here they have given the meaning of that hard words. So children, see the first word, defend. So defend. What is defend? Protect against attack. So children, generally the birds will also defend. So the birds will have a threat from the enemies also. That's why they will protect from their enemies with the help of their claws, with the help of their legs. So that process of protecting from their enemies is called defend. So protect against attack. Next, skeleton. What is the meaning of the word skeleton? The structure of the bones that supports the body of a person or an animal. So children, each bird, that is different birds will have different shapes. All the birds does not have the same shape because they have different types of skeleton in their body. That means the skeleton present in our body is in different shapes. That skeleton gives the shape to their body. So not only birds, all the animals and also human beings. So the shape of the human beings and animals and birds are due to only the skeleton. So the skeleton gives the shape to the birds, animals and human beings. So skeleton means the structure of the bones that supports the body of a person or an animal. So skeleton means So it is a group of bones. That means arrangement of bones in a frame-like structure. The frame-like structure is called skeleton, and this frame-like structure of bones gives the shape to every organ. Next, chisel. So, children, what is a chisel? Say a tool with a sharp, flat edge at the end. So, chisel means generally the sculptures. The sculptures will use this chisel to make their different monuments. So, chisel means it is a tool with a sharp, flat edge at the end, which are used by the sculptures. So, if you go to a temple, you will observe different types of monuments, different types of sculptures. So, all those are made with the help of chisel by the artist. Next, worm. What is worm? A long, thin creature with no bones or legs that lives in soil, tree, fruit, etc. So, worm means, children, it is a thin creature. It does not have any bones and also legs that just live in the soil, tree, fruit, etc. And some of the birds will eat these worms present in the trees. So, children, these are some hard words which you can feel difficult while studying the chapter. So, note down these hard words and their meanings and read thoroughly their meanings. So, children, so this is about this chapter, and these are about the different sections in the activity part, and I hope that you all note down these topics in your notebooks and practice these all topics and all the sections in the activity part so thoroughly. So this is the end of this chapter, and the next chapter will be continued in the next episode.